Welcome to the Crow Show. I'm a Twitch streamer. Dead by Daylight is my main game. And I'm here to help new and veteran players get better at this game. And anytime there's an update like this one, I want to be ahead of the curve, providing information, sharing graphic updates, animations, new features. Did a previous video. I'll put a link in the description, maybe pop up here if I remember to do that, where we see the new generators in action. You see the killer shack. And the new update, I'm really excited about it. In this video, we're going to talk about the perks from the killer side and the survivor, with a focus on how they will fit into the game when the new update goes live. If you have any suggestions, questions, comments, please comment on this video. Look me up on socials, hit me up there. I'd love to talk with you about it, and I'm actually quite active in the Discord as well, so be sure to join the Discord to talk anything Dead by Daylight, and maybe even join some Survive with Friends. We do have a number of people in our community who play Dead by Daylight. And of course, be sure to subscribe and enable notifications so you don't miss my next video. So for this discussion, I put this over some gameplay of the Blight. He's very difficult to use. So please pardon any scuffed gameplay here. I believe that once we get some actual perks on the Blight, once people learn how to navigate him, and I heard he's actually getting a rework already by behavior in terms of the way he navigates and pinballs off of walls and objects, and his mobility, because he's really tough in tight corners. I believe when all is said and done, the Blight will probably be a B tier killer. Probably way up there, but of course nowhere near as good as like Nurse, Spirit, etc. Billy. So the first perk we're going to talk about is Dragon's Grip. So after kicking a generator for the next 30 seconds, the first survivor that interacts with it will scream, revealing their location for 4 seconds. And they will become afflicted with the exposed status effect for 60 seconds. Now, it has a different cooldown for level 1, level 2, and level 3. So for level 1, the cooldown is every 120 seconds. Level 2 every 100 seconds, and level 3 every 80 seconds. So it has a lot of potential for M1 killers like the Wraith, Spirit, Nurse, and the Blight. And the thing that all of those killers have in common, they can close a lot of distance in a short period of time. So they can kick a generator and also have Pop Goes the Weasel to regress the generator. And one of two things will happen. The generator will regress for as long as nobody touches it. But if somebody touches it within the 30 seconds, that survivor will scream, reveal their location. The killer will get information on them, where they're at, what they're doing, and they'll be exposed for 60 seconds. So the killer could get a nice, easy knockdown and really put a lot of pressure on the survivors. So Dragon's Grip will delay the game for the killer and provides really great value. So yeah, either they're going to touch the generator right away because you have Pop Goes the Weasel equipped with this, and then they're in trouble because they're exposed, or you kick the generator with Dragon's Grip and Pop Goes the Weasel, and they know you have Dragon's Grip, so they cannot touch it. They can't touch it for the next 30 seconds. And then the generator just regresses immensely because of that combo. So I think Dragon's Grip will be used by M1 killers like the Wraith, Spirit, Nurse, the Blight, maybe even some others. The next perk we're talking about is Hex Undying. So Hex Undying is active, and when a different Hex totem is cleansed, that Hex will be transferred to a dull totem, as long as there's another dull totem out there. And also when survivors are within 2 meters of any totem, their auras will be revealed. So it gives the killer tremendous information. So it serves a couple of purposes. It gives the killer information, and it makes it really annoying when you cleanse one of those glowing totems. So this can be combined with other hexes like Ruin, And haunted ground. Haunted ground, yes. You can get multiple haunted ground in a round, and I've seen it happen. You know, you cleanse haunted ground, everybody gets exposed, people get downed, and then haunted ground respawns on another dull totem. It's really annoying. It's also really good with third seal, because third seal, you know, you can blind all the survivors, and if they cleanse the third seal, it just moves to another dull totem, and it has the potential to be really, really annoying with no ed. Because you know, no ed, yeah, most survivors will find the no ed, but if there's another dull totem out there, it'll just transfer over, and it'll still be there. So I think this one will be really powerful with killers that can really abuse ruin and haunted ground and third seal. So I see it probably going on like Hag and Ghostface, of course the Blight. It's really, really annoying to deal with. And I can see Detective's Hunch being used. Tap's teachable perk that reveals all the hexes and treasure chests, and I believe generators, anytime a generator is fixed. So I think that perk will be a good counter to this. I'm actually going to be using it quite a bit once this update goes live, because I see a lot of people using Hex Undying. And I think it's very powerful. The next perk we're talking about is Hex Blood Favor. When a survivor is hit, pallets within 16 meters of your location are held in place by the entity for 15 seconds. And these pallets cannot be pulled down. So at level 1, it has a cooldown of 60 seconds. Level 2, cooldown of 50 seconds. And at level 3, it has a cooldown of 40 seconds. I doubt this will get used very much at higher ranks. Yes, it blocks a pallet and it's potentially powerful when landing a hit in the Killer Shack, closing off the Killer Shack pallet. But at the end of the day, it's a hex. And when it gets cleansed, it's just gone. And it's completely useless. And it really wouldn't be... I don't think it'll be worth bringing Hex Undying into a round to protect this one. I think it's pretty... useless. I think you could do a lot better. Next, we're going to talk about the survivor perks from Felix Richter, the new character, an actual Chad in the game. It's pretty cool. So the first perk we're going to talk about is Visionary. You see generator auras within 32 meters, and whenever a generator is completed, it has a cooldown. Starting at 20 seconds for level 1, 18 seconds for level 2, and 16 seconds for level 3. This won't get used by veteran DVD players, but we all have to keep in mind that we all have to start somewhere. And this game goes on sale quite a bit and attracts a lot of new players. So Visionary actually will be very useful for new players. Learning the generator's locations and being able to plot out how you're going to fix the generators. I think it'll be a very useful perk for new survivors. I don't see a lot of value at the higher levels, but that's okay. You know, we all have to start somewhere. So I hope the newer players enjoy Visionary. Desperate Measures is really interesting. I think Desperate Measures will make its way into the meta. If you're going to be playing a 4-stack of Survive with Friends, all communicating on Discord, one person can be a designated healer. So for Desperate Measures, for each injured, hooked, or dying survivor, it increases the speed of your healing and unhook actions by 10, 12, or 14%. I think this has, potential to get into an altruistic build that could include perks like Botany Knowledge, Will Make It, Borrowed Time, for very fast, efficient heals during the end game. You'll be getting people off the hook real fast and be healing people really, really fast. In my previous video, I did a quick test using level 1 Desperate Measures, and even level 1 was pretty good. Obviously, you want level 3. But the perk gets stronger the deeper you go into a game, and it'll counter killers like Legion, Billy, Nurse, basically any killer that can injure and down many survivors in a short period of time. So if all 4 survivors are injured, heals will take just a little over 7 seconds for the first heal. And then just under 10 seconds when 3 people are injured, 11.5 seconds when 2 people are injured, and then just under 14 seconds when only 1 person is injured. Compare that to a regular heal with, you know, no med kit, no botany knowledge, no anything modifying how fast you heal. It takes 16 seconds for a regular heal. And I do believe this stacks with botany knowledge. I didn't get a chance to test it in the PTB, but botany knowledge adds 33% faster healing on top of the 14% per injured, downed, or hooked survivor. So you could get a build that will basically instantly heal. The last perk we're going to talk about is called Built to Last. Once per trial, a depleted item will refill 30, 40, or 50% of its charges after 10 seconds. Recovering 50% of an item could be very powerful, but I'll fully admit I don't really use a lot of items, and maybe that's something I should fix. If you have any items you think will work with this, let me know. Maybe some kind of flashlight build for endless blinding killer build, med kits for super fast heals throughout the whole match, with maybe a lot of charges. So those are the perks. Just to quickly recap from the killer side, I believe Dragon's Grip will be used with any killer that likes to use... Oh, look at that down right there. That's pretty sick. I do believe Dragon's Grip will be used for any killer who likes to use Pop Goes the Weasel. Hex Undying will definitely be used for anybody who likes to use Ruin, Third Seal, Haunted Ground. A lot of potential there. It's very, very annoying to deal with, and it delays the game significantly because survivors will be more inclined to try to go find totems instead of repair generators. And Blood Favor I don't think will get used very much in the meta. Visionary won't get used at higher levels, and Desperate Measures could find its way. At least it'll be a fun perk to try to get to work in terms of an altruistic build, healing people super, super fast. And Built to Last, I'm sure somebody will find a way to abuse getting your items back to 50%. I think that has a lot of potential. So as you can see here, just a quick little commentary on the game that we're watching right now. I did struggle quite a bit with these survivors in tight places. But as you can see with that, when I got the Felix down and hooked him at the end there, I was able to close that gap super, super fast. My mobility was really, really tough. It's really hard to navigate the Blight, but it's really fun when you do get it working. He's really good in open areas where he can close gaps without having to navigate too much. I think what we'll probably see when this chapter goes live, we'll probably see some add-ons get buffed, maybe some add-ons get reworked. Maybe they'll just adjust the way he moves. I think the add-on that gives him, you know, the target, and it'll show you like where he'll bump into the walls, I think that should just be on by default without having to bring an add-on. But overall, I'm really, really excited for the new update, the new chapter. I think we'll see a lot of Felix, like, because these are original characters, we'll see a lot of really cool skins, I believe, in the next update. I'm super, super excited for that. I'm a bit of a freak for skins. And Felix is super handsome, and the Blight is super gross looking. Can you imagine watching this man eat some soup? I don't want to live in that world, but, you know. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I do stream on Twitch 4 times a week, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm in Discord, very active on Twitter, so hit me up anytime if you have any questions about this update. Let me know. I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. And, you know, I hope to see you in the fog sometime.